Hi everyone, or whoever watches, if anyone does, or me. Hi, regardless. It is the second video, and it is January. What's the date? It's the 8th, right? 7th, the 8th. One of those days, regardless. It's Wednesday, and that means it's my second video. Oh, do you see this? Driving me nuts. But so yeah. What do I want to talk about this video? Oh, I don't know, like body, not like body. I don't know. First of all, I'm gonna be referencing that letter that I talked about in my first video a lot through these videos because I think I said in the first video that like that person that was written about in those letters was somebody who I really wanted to aspire to become, and she seemed like somebody everybody loved, and everybody, like, it was just there's something about her that that captivated people, and made, like, I that's who I want to be. I want to be this person that this person wrote about, that these anonymous people wrote about. So with that being said, one thing I want to talk about was how in the letters they mentioned how, like, I'll be sitting in a room and I sort of just like space out and I'm just not there anymore. And what is this hair? Do you see this? What is this? Oh my god, this needs to stop. Okay. Sorry. I'll be back. Okay. I'll be, like, in a room and I just completely space out, and I read it and I'm like, oh no, I do that sometimes. And then earlier this week, or I guess like last week, whatever it was, the weekend, something happened, and a group of my friends are over, and I don't know, I know what it was, I'm just not going to say it, but something happened when I was still with everybody, and it was just like, whew, I was done. I wasn't even there anymore, and I didn't even realize it until my cousin was just like, everything okay? And I was just like, I just wasn't there anymore. And it's one thing if you do something and you pick up on it yourself and you're just like, alright, like, I need to stop, or it's getting out of hand. But for somebody else or other people, not to just notice and be like, hey, are you okay? But to be like, to write about it. To be something I do so frequently that they remember it so often that they wrote about it to me. That is so huge. So I'm working on that, being more in the moment, just enjoying what's going on. I forgot, who was I don't even know who I was talking to. Oh god, who was it? I wasn't talking to anybody. I was writing a post on Tumblr right before I posted my first video about how I'm so tired of always wanting to be asleep, and how I spent years of my life not wanting to do anything. I was depressed, I was everything. I just wanted to sleep. I wanted to be locked in my room and left alone. And I'm realizing it now that I'm turning 19, that what a waste that was. And it is. Like, I don't want to do that. I do not want to be asleep anymore. Because whether I'm awake or not, life moves on without me. And it's just too precious. And there's just too many good things happening and that could happen for me to be asleep too. So that's something I'm definitely working on. And that's something everybody, I think, should work on, because I think we all do that. What's the other thing I want to say? Oh, also in the letter, they talked about how I could tell them time and time again how I have this new confidence, and they know that I don't. And when I read that, I was kind of just like, what do you know? Because, I go to school in the city, so I do feel like, though, that since I moved to the city, I've gotten this new confidence, and I have, to a certain extent. I don't think it's new, I just think it's confidence in general. I think I just thought so little of myself beforehand, and now that I have a little bit of confidence, it's like I think it's like this greatest thing ever. But it's like I'm still not there. And again, this is something that somebody else has picked up on time and time again, and they've written about it to me. They wrote about it. Like that. I can't express to you how much that means to me of how bad that is. Because, it's one thing if someone, like, whatever. I'm trying to think. Okay, alright. So you have a dirty shirt. Alright, whatever. Or, like, dirty jeans. I feel like guys wear the same jeans all the time. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like it is. So, like, it's one thing for someone to be like, oh, hey, dude, are these the same jeans from yesterday or, like, a month ago? But for somebody to take the time and write to you, like, hey, man, those are dirty-ass jeans. Like, I feel like that's huge. I think that's so big. I don't know if that's just me, but I think that's huge. So that kind of bothered me. And then I started thinking, and I'm just like, holy shit, like this person's right. And then I've been just thinking about that and like confidence, and I've just been listening more. This nail's bugging me. But sorry. I've been listening, and a few days ago I was in the mall, and I was in a dressing room trying on jeans, and sorry. And I was just listening because I was by myself, so I'm like, la la la, my own world. And there was a mother and a daughter in the dressing room next to me, and the daughter sounds just like me. She's just like, oh, does this dress make me look fat? Like, and I'm sure she sounds like everybody, or a lot of people. And she's just like, oh no, Mom, are you sure this dress doesn't make me look fat and everything? And the mother's like, no, like every mother would. But then some other things she was saying, the mother was just bouncing back with her, like this is a casual thing. Like, the mother's like, oh no, I like this dress. And the daughter's like, yeah, right. It doesn't make me look as fat or something like that. And the mother's just like, you're so right. Like commenting as if she agrees that she also believes her daughter's fat. And I saw the daughter. She's not fat. She wasn't heavy. I hate the word fat. She wasn't heavy. She wasn't thick. She was like a skinny, thin girl. And the mother's going on with her. Like, it's one thing for you to tear down your own self. And you do. I was getting ready for a New Year's Eve party with my cousin. And she made a comment. She's just like, you are picking yourself apart tonight. And I was standing in the mirror, and at first it was something with my hair. And then I was like, oh my god, my hips are huge, and my legs are gigantic. And then I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like, oh god, I have man shoulders. They're so broad. Like, I wasn't whining. I was just making comments about what I saw. And she's just like, you're shredding yourself tonight. And then it clicked, and I was just like, this was so normal for me to think and to talk to myself like this until she pointed it out. And then, so this girl made it seem so casual that her and her mom just like shred her together. She's just going on, and the mother was going on about how it doesn't make her hips look as big as they usually are and all this other stuff, which is so wrong. Today especially, people and body image, especially in females, males too, I'm not going to say this not, because there is such a high standard for guys. Absolutely. And anybody who says otherwise is wrong. It is led in the media that in order to be hot or gorgeous or whatever, to get the girls, you need to be this muscular, fit guy, like the face of, like, I don't know, like 18-year-old Leonardo DiCaprio mixed with, like, Marlon Brando and James Dean. I don't even know. And that's so wrong. That's completely inaccurate. But it's the same, like, there's all these standards put on everybody. And the same thing for girls. And I think that if we hear it, we as in people in general, hear it enough from the media and from your television and the magazines we read, from all of this stuff, to hear it from yourself, and then your mom and your parents, like what are we doing? Like, I don't know. I was just so thrown back by that because, well, one, my mother never, like, there's been times where, like, my mom's like, oh, you shouldn't eat that, or you should sign up for the gym, come running with me. But she's not calling me heavy. She knows that I'm uncomfortable. So she's trying to help me get more comfortable. And this mother wasn't. What she was doing, it was completely different. She was agreeing. And this poor kid is probably saying these things, hoping her mom's going to be like, no, you're beautiful. And the mother wasn't. And, like, it's not the mother's fault. She probably didn't think she was doing anything wrong, which is kind of fucked up, but, whatever. But, like, that was so natural, and I don't know, like, I want to make sure that doesn't happen with me. That, like, I just get comfortable hearing such horrible things said about myself. That's not something I ever want, and I don't know if I'm at that point where you could insult me, and I'm just like, and it scares me because I think I am. Hopefully with these videos and like this time and everything that I'm trying to like work on stuff, hopefully I'm gonna like veer off that path. But I think I'm there. Like I feel like if someone were to come up to me and be like, your legs are kind of fat, I'd just be like, I know. Like, to be honest, I'd probably make a joke about it, like, oh, haha, you don't gotta tell me. But I know. And like what's happened? That we are comfortable being insulted. I was talking to my dad, and he was telling me stories about him and my uncle, and how if somebody even dared to insult them or their family, they got hit, there was yelling, there was violence, and I'm not saying violence is the answer at all, but there was something done. And we just accept it now because we believe it. And that's I don't even know what that is. That's disgusting. That this is what we've come to. Like, it's just so nonchalant, and that's not okay. And then another thing was, I was out to dinner with a family member. I don't want to say who. And he was talking to about another family member. Not being mean, just like a nonchalant. We were talking about food habits and everything, and she doesn't have bad eating habits at all. And he's just like, why is she so heavy? She's my age, or around my age, because I don't want to say who it is, but she's young. Maybe not my age, but she's young. And she's not heavy. But he's just like, no, she is. And we're out to dinner, so I couldn't get mad, and I couldn't do something, and these fucking hairs. But I was so upset. Because we're about the same weight. Maybe our weight is a little bit distributed a little bit differently. Like, I've got a smaller waist, but I've got big ass legs. And I know it. It's okay. I actually am starting to really like my legs and my hips, so FYI. But, like, we're about the same weight. We're at the same height. And he's like, she's heavy. And I'm just like, no, like, she's, just because she isn't a size 2, well, this is 4, but a size 2 or a size 4, doesn't make her heavy. Just because she doesn't look like a Victoria's Secret model or somebody who is sculpted by her trainers 13 hours a day, just because she's human and looks normal and healthy, does not make her heavy. And that made me so upset, because we're around the same weight. So does that mean he thinks I'm heavy? Like, what's the comparison? My sisters are a little bit less than me, because she's more muscle. But my sister's not heavy. She's not heavy. I'm not heavy. I'm a thick girl. Got bones and muscle and who knows what else. I know I'm not like this. I know that. I'd be high if I said I was. But I'm not heavy, and neither is she. And it just, again, it was nonchalant. He wasn't doing it to be mean. I know he wasn't. It was just something he thought of. It was just something he said. It was something he's picked up on. But she's not heavy. And the way he said it was so common, as if, like, no big deal, because to him it probably wasn't. And again, that's so messed up that we've gotten that where these putting each other down like this and thinking negatively because someone doesn't look like another carbon copy of someone else or somebody they see on a magazine cover or who knows what else, they're suddenly like less. I don't know. This is a long video. I'm sorry. I'm rambling. Those things happened earlier in this week and like, I haven't stopped thinking about them. I wrote about them in my diary. I was fuming. And I didn't even know why. Like, I mean, I do know why. I talked about why. But, like, can you believe that? Like, this is what it's come to. This is who we are. And, like, that needs to change. And I want to make sure I change. And I want to make sure that's different with me. Because I can't change the world, but I can